NBA.com/stats tweeted out a record for 14 international players were selected in the first round of the 2016 NBA draft, surpassing the previous record of 12 from 2013. And that is at the NBA stats on Twitter. They tweeted that out 12 hours ago for the first day of the draft.
Wow. And seeing that Ben Simmons got the
first pick,
first overall draft,
and that was to Philadelphia, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was the forward.
Did anybody ever find out what the advice that Allen Iverson gave him?
I thought I seen something on that.
Allen Iverson had some advice. I seen the article, but I didn't get to actually sit down and read it.
I didn't either. I gotta look at that.
Yeah, it said something about him having some advice for the new rookie, for him going into Philadelphia, because that's where Allen Iverson had went when he first got drafted. I just don't remember if he was the #1 pick or not.
Well, it's going to be interesting to the fact that Ben Simmons is a forward and Allen Iverson was a point guard. Yeah. With so much, Allen Iverson could control the game the way he could.
Right.
With him being a point guard versus Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
He really don't have a lot to fulfill on. No. So that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
On how that works out.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be very interesting. But I couldn't find. I thought I seen it, but I don't even think I never ever got a chance to read it.
I didn't get to read it. I know I didn't. I was just curious if you actually did read it, or if anybody else read it. I would love to hear what Allen Iverson said. I was just curious.
Oh, trust me, I could look that up. You trust me on that one? I could look that one up. Because I was kind of curious on what it was. I think I might have blew right past it, but.
No, I seen it, and I just didn't think nothing of actually sitting down looking. And happy Friday, everybody. Yeah, happy Friday. Happy Friday. So, we got a little bit of things to go over. We can do the best not to go over 30 minutes, if anything. Try to make it short, simple, quick, easy, and be done with it. Another news as of regarding to the draft. I have the first. I'm gonna just do the top 10. I'm not gonna do all of it, but of course you can always go to NBA.com to see the draft boards for the first round. I think in the second round, or did they just do the first round last night? I think they did just the
first round last night.
Yeah, you can always go to NBA.com, ESPN.com. To see the draft board for the first round. Ben Simmons, of course, got the first round. He is a small forward.
I'm
sorry.
Power forward.
Got small forward here.
I got power forward on ESPN.
Oh, somebody made a boo-boo.
That's it.
Well,
either way, we're just going to say he's a forward.
Let me give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take a look at another source to see if another source says... take a source and see what else the source says. Because if you got ESPN, I got NBA. I'm gonna take another source. I'm gonna take what other sports sources are there out there?
Well, I already got ESPN, so you can get
right. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna do ESPN.
Try CBS Sports.
Yeah, I'll get CBS.
Say try CBSSports.com/NBA.
See what that come up with. What do you got a source you can do good working with?
It just says a forward.
What's your source?
I really don't have a source. I just got Google.
I was gonna say Wikipedia.
You know what? I can't find it on. I don't think they don't have a link for Wikipedia yet.
Why would you need a link? Just type it in.
Well, I have a hard time trying to get through Wikipedia on my laptop. So that hurts. See, they keep saying forward. See,
right.
He might be both.
Okay, so let's just suppose to say, because if he is both, I would have, they just
6'10".
I would say a power forward.
I'd say a power forward too. That's power forward height. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's power forward height.
6'10".
Yep, 6'9" crosses it with between the both, but 6'10". Yeah, I would say he's a power forward. Power forward, 6'10", 240 from LSU. Brandon Ingram, he's a small forward, 6'9", 190 from Duke. The LA Lakers drafted him second pick, third pick. Jalen Brown, also a small forward. Wow, 6'7". Jeez.
And you a forward?
Man.
Good
He's a small one too.
Yes, he is.
He bring out the definition in the small forward. Jeez. Small forward, 6'7", 225 from California. The Celtics drafted him. The fourth pick, Dragon Bender, power forward. You gotta be kidding me. We was just sitting there talking about that matter of fact, yesterday night we was just sitting there talking about people being out of their heights and being a position. Here's one of them. Dragon Bender, he's a power forward that is 7 foot even.
He's not a center.
He's supposed to be, but this
That
says
is illegal.
Forward. This right here says a power forward. I would have reasons to believe he is a center, but he is 7 foot 225. He is from Israel.
Well, you know what? 225.
He's not really a big.
You're
center.
not a big. No, you're not
or
a
power
big
forward.
Center. No. Most of them play what? Anywhere from 260 to 300,
But
330.
But don't let that fool you now.
I know.
Shoot, 225. He could be the quickest center. Or power forward. Fifth pick, the Minnesota Timberwolves have Chris Dunn, a point guard, 6'4", 220 for Providence. Sixth pick, the New Orleans Pelicans picked Buddy Hyde, shooting guard, 6'5", 212 from Oklahoma. Seventh pick, the Denver Nuggets picked Jamal Murray, point guard, 6'5", 201 pounds from Kentucky. Eighth pick, Marquise Chris, power forward, 6'10", 233 from Washington. And pick 9, Toronto Raptors picked up Jacob Paletti. Paleo, I can't pronounce it. He's also now this is a center, 7'1", 239 from Utah.
Yeah, that sounds real.
And to round out the top 10, the Milwaukee Bucks picked Thon Maker, power forward, 7'1", 216. He is from the Athletic Institution of Canada. So that brings my curiosity of a question in mind. In the news, also, the Indiana Pacers gave their draft pick to the Brooklyn Nets in exchange for Thaddeus Young. Was this a good move or not?
Projected, well, in my personal opinion, it could have been. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Thaddeus Young. He's not the high-profile player, but he is the player that actually you could just look at it like, oh, yeah, he's a pretty decent player, And when you hear that name, Thaddeus Young, the question's going to be, if people going to be like, oh, well, who's Thaddeus Young? Who is he? But people know Thaddeus Young. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, he's a decent player. And there's some out there that probably don't know Thaddeus Young, but to be honest with you, when I had heard of Thaddeus Young, I heard through a video game. I ain't never heard from up to that point. I ain't never knew who Thaddeus Young was.
So for those of you that don't know who Thaddeus Young is, he is a power forward now with the Indiana Pacers. He was with the Philadelphia 76ers.
And the Brooklyn Nets.
He got drafted from, not drafted, he got traded from Brooklyn to Indiana. And, we forgot one team. Minnesota.
Oh, he did play
for a year. For a year. He graduated from Georgia Tech. He just had a birthday. He is the same age as us. He's 221 pounds. He's 6'8". In his career...
What was his birthday?
I'm sorry about that. Excuse me. His birthday was 21st. It was June.
June 21st, what, 1988?
Yep, 1988. See, he had got traded to Brooklyn in exchange for Kevin Garnett at that time. when he went to the Brooklyn Nets. So Minnesota wanted Garnett back, so that's why Garnett is with Minnesota. Um, so he was Thaddeus Young was with Minnesota. Garnett was with Brooklyn, and they traded them for Thaddeus Young to be with Brooklyn and Garnett to be with Minnesota. But when he went to Minnesota for a year, um, it was a three-team trade involving the 76ers, the Timberwolves, and the Cavaliers. As a part of that deal, Thaddeus Young was traded to the Wolves. Andrew Wiggins and Anthony Bennett was also with Thaddeus Young, and they were playing with Cleveland at that time. And then the Cavaliers got Kevin Love from Minnesota, which I thought was the worst move in America.
Oh yeah, I don't believe it. Believe it.
And then that's where the Sixers had gotten this man's name I never can pronounce. Luke. It's like all I could say. Yeah. These weird names from
they got
out of the international, they get me. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of that. But his best success came from Philadelphia, although they never really went anywhere. But that's where his success has come from, is from Philadelphia. But in my personal opinion, in the base of,
I was gonna ask you about that. If that you think that was
with Thaddeus Young,
the trade.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Although Thaddeus Young is getting up in, well, he's not getting up in age, but he's pretty young, so he's still got a lot of years left in him. I thought it was a good move because here's what you got. You got Thaddeus Young and Jeff Teague, two of the most underrated players in the NBA that plays very well, and you didn't pay a dime for them, and you still got money for free agency. I thought it was a good move.
Brooklyn still got to pay Thaddeus Young,
and Atlanta still got to pay Jeff Teague. So I thought it was a good move.
Nail on the coffin, right there.
I thought that was a good move.
And to sum up your question, I found the advice that Iverson gave to Ben Simmons.
And what was that?
Get Philadelphia everything you got.
He loves Philadelphia. You know what I thought he was going to say?
What?
Make sure you practice.
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 Yeah.
Practice.
And he said, play every game like it's your last, and they will love you. They will love you to death. That's all they want.
Of course.
He said it's not going to be any different from his views, so he got to come in there and fill in some big shoes.
Yep, he sure do. So my question was, since Larry Bird traded his pick away for Thaddeus Young, who did the Pacers pick anyway and got sent to Brooklyn? I want to say this guy's name. I cannot pronounce this guy. These international names.
They're terrible. They're
yes. His name, I want to say, is Kyrus Levert. He came from Michigan. So he is headed on over to Brooklyn since Larry Bird picked, drafted
since he
him away.
traded him away, yeah.
Right. And according to the analysis of perspectives, it could have been a good move, although that his strengths shows that he could have been a good Pacer player, but one of his weaknesses is a history of injury. So maybe it was a good move to give that pick away to be able to get a better pick. Well, not a better pick, but something off of free agency, because you ain't spent a dime on free agency. So I mean that is a good thing for the Pacers to get Thaddeus Young, because Thaddeus Young is pretty healthy. Jeff Teague is pretty healthy. I don't know too much of injuries amongst both of those gentlemen. I think it was a good move.
Yeah,
I think it was a good move.
Absolutely. Yeah, that right there, hopefully that did addition with Thaddeus Young, and then realizing that he didn't have to really much spend a dime. Hopefully that make a well. That's not going to happen. I'm thinking, it could really change the pace for the Pacers, but I mean, we'll see what happens.
Let me just say this, and a lot of people I see it on Facebook already. A lot of people talking about, oh, we're a championship team. Slow down.
Yeah, slow down there.
Slow down there
Slow
because
down there.
everybody said the same thing about the Indianapolis Colts. They were a Super Bowl team, didn't make the playoffs. Slow down.
Yeah.
Because
we even thought the same thing.
Yeah,
So we had to take.
We said the same thing,
and
we had to sit down and slow down because they didn't sink. There were too many injuries. This is the same thing. Too many teammates now trying to sink in now, and it could be injuries throughout the season.
Yep.
So you have to, really sit down and look and see how they play before you make an assumption like that. Me, in my personal opinion, they could be a playoff team, but they're not a championship team.
I mean, they always been a playoff team since David West, Roy Hibbert, George Hill.
Since I say 2010.
Yeah, when Frank Vogel first took over.
2011. 2011. They've been a playoff team since then.
That long, and I believe they're still a playoff team. Like I said,
it's just that they need to sink. They're not a championship team. Yeah. And getting rid of George Hill and getting Jeff Teague, a natural point guard, will really help with the playmaker and an ability to probably raise field goals and 3-point shooting percentages.
And not to mentioning that Jeff Teague, with him being a natural point guard, he has the ability to shoot. Mm-hmm. He has the ability to drive. Mm-hmm. He has the ability to attack the paint. Mm-hmm. He does all the time. And he got playoff experience.
Yes. So
period.
And so being under Randy Whitman, that's a very good coach. I think he could be a good fit, and we needed a point guard. We really did.
Yeah, we needed a point guard.
We really needed a point guard. Now you got Jeff Teague, Monta Ellis, Miles Turner. He had an outstanding rookie year.
Yes, he did.
You have Jan Mahimi. He's a championship player, so he brings that championship caliber to the Indiana Pacers. They cannot get rid of him.
No, they can't.
They need to keep him until they make it to the NBA Finals. Go off his feet.
I agree.
They didn't go off his feet because Roy Hibbert was a starter. Now that Jan Mahimi is a starter, he needs to be able to set that tone for the entire season.
Let it be.
Let it be. So there's a lot of things for them to work on, but we'll see how it works out.
Absolutely. But in the meanwhile, we was talking about that. There was something I got on here that caught my attention. I was on ESPN.com from the NFL's website. And I happened to see an article about ranking NFL head coaches, all 32 teams.
Current,
yes. And as much as I want to agree with this, I don't really agree with it. They got as the number one head coach.
Let me take a wild guess.
The best. Oh, I know. I think what you get ready to say, that's not the person.
Okay, so I still would like to take the guess at the number one coach.
Yeah.
I got two people in mind. It's either going to be
current head coaches now.
Right. I got you.
Current actual head coaches.
It's either going to be Pete Carroll or, unfortunately, Bill Belichick.
And neither one of them.
Good. Well, Pete Carroll, I expect him to at least be in the top 5.
I don't think he's in the top 5.
Then who's the Sean Payton?
No.
I know they ain't talking about no daggone Chuck Pagano.
And it's funny, he's not even on here.
Well, I'm like,
I didn't see him on here.
Who else do I have in mind? Don't throw it out there too. Either the two head coaches for the Super Bowl, Ron Rivera and Gary Kubiak.
He's in the top 5.
Who?
Ron Rivera.
What about Gary Kubiak?
No.
There you go. Then who else is missing?
I'm just gonna throw it out there, Darren. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Jack Del Rio.
Daryl, he popped into my mind, but I'm
Sean Payton was in
there
the
was
top
no
10.
way. Now, I was thinking of Jack Del Rio, but I said there's no way in the world they would even rank that man in the top 5. Sure enough, they got him number one. I'll be daggone.
Yeah.
I'll be daggone.
Oh, yeah. They got from all 32 all the way down to number 1. They got Adam Gossi.
Who's he head coach for?
Dolphins.
Okay.
Ben McAdoo. He's with the Giants. Chip Kelly. He's with the 49ers. Bill Belichick with the Patriots. Rex Ryan
with the Bills.
Mike Zimmer with the Vikings.
I think he should have been put in the top 5.
Pretty much.
Well, let me take that back. No, not really. Because if you couldn't have... he had a hard time trying to get Minnesota on track without Adrian Peterson. But now that they got Adrian Peterson, you don't put him in the top 5. That was right. Go ahead.
John Harbaugh with the Ravens. Dirk Big Calder with Tampa Bay. Bill O'Brien with the Texans. Dan Quinn with the Falcons. Gus Bradley with the Jaguars.
What number is that?
22. Mike McCarthy with the Packers.
What number is he?
21.
Why did they rank him so high? I mean, so low.
I didn't know he was a tight end.
I didn't know that either.
Andy Reid in the top 20.
He should have been in the top 10, top 5.
He's in the offensive line. That's why the offensive line was so good.
Yeah, he's Mike McCarthy.
I blew right past it. Sorry.
Mike McCarthy and Andy Reid should have been in the top 5, top 10.
And I blew right past it. Yes, Chuck Pagano. He's 19. He played safety. Then you got John Fox with the Bears, and he was a defensive back. Hugh Jackson with the Browns. He was a quarterback. Now, this I disagree with. Bruce Arians. He's number 16.
That's not good. He should have been in the top 10, too.
Yes, and that's why he's so daggone good. He's a quarterback.
Boy, he picked up a lot of weight.
He ain't quarterbacking no boy. He can do what he wants.
I know.
Then Marvin Lewis.
That's why
15.
That's why Andrew Luck was so good when Bruce Arians took over.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And Marvin Lewis is a linebacker in the defensive end. Ooh.
The team sure don't act like they are.
No, they sure don't. Let me tell you who else don't act like they're good. Mike Tomlin with the Steelers. He played wide receiver.
Defense is so daggone good. What's going on with this one? Well, I mean,
he's a wide receiver.
Well, think about it. That offensive line, line with the wide receivers in them, they all pretty daggone good. Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown, they all of them wide receivers are stars on that team. So yeah, it would be.
Then you got Pete Carroll with the Seahawks.
Number 15.
Safety.
Number 15.
13.
13. I respect that. I don't agree with it, but I respect it.
I don't agree with none of this, hardly. He plays safety. Then you got Jim Caldwell with the Lions. He played cornerback. Cornerback.
And they put him as a quarterback's coach for the Colts?
Number 12, Jay Gruden with the Redskins. He was a quarterback. Mike McCoy with the Chargers. He was a quarterback also. That's the top 10 right there. That's just starting out the top 10 right here. And that was, Mike McCoy? Yep, Mike McCoy with the Chargers. And he was a quarterback. Number 9, Sean Payton. I do not like that.
Why?
He should have been in the top 15.
Fair enough.
I mean, you got Bill Belichick up there. Why Sean Payton up there in the top 20? I'm just saying. You got him in the top 10. He cheated too, remember?
I know. He should have been number 11.
I think he should have been number 21 or something like that.
No.
Replace him with Andy Reid or somebody like that.
Well,
that's just how I feel about it.
I thought Sean Payton was a good coach. I mean, I don't think he really had emphasis on him with the whole bounty gate thing. I think that was all amongst the players. I don't think he really had much to do with it.
Well, he claimed that he tried to put an end to it, but you did a good job putting an end to it, buddy.
I mean, you can only see what's in front of you.
And you're right, but in my personal opinion, it's not about that. Discipline. That's just how I feel about it.
Well, how if you can't prove it?
There.
If
There are
you do it,
mementos every year that goes out to every player, coach, personnel, and all that.
okay. So how would somebody know if somebody is doing something if you don't know about it per se?
He had some knowledge of it.
He had knowledge of it. But if he did try to put it into in the first place, what makes you not think they were going behind his back and do it again without him
and
knowing,
that's fine,
being
but he
sneaky
still
about
got
it?
to investigate that kind of stuff.
How?
And
If
see,
they're
that
not giving
cost
out
him.
any significant, yeah, that cost him, but
Yeah,
that's the
listen to what I
cost
just
of it.
said. He had knowledge of it. Continue that. Use that in an investigation. He had some part of it. He knew about it.
Okay, so how do you explain people being sneaky about it?
How do I explain
Yes.
to people about
How
it?
do you explain somebody being sneaky about doing something that they really want to do? Because a lot of people do it. We see it within our jobs. They do things, they're sneaky about it, they get caught, they get this, and then what happens?
Because they don't give a crap. Just like him. That's just how I felt about it.
I didn't think it was Sean Payton. I think it's those players because they the one that's going out there getting it. Sean Payton is not getting any of that money as much as the players were.
Well, shoot, he's the one that got the hefty consequences of it.
Of course, because he has to be responsible for the team.
Well, the owner should have been more the responsible one. That's just in my personal opinion. He should have been the one that been doing a more thorough investigation about it. He lacked it of thereof. That's just how I feel about it.
Boy. Wow.
Oh, so you look at the Deflategate the same way. You look at Spygate the same way.
Spygate, I blame Bill Belichick. Deflategate, I'm not thoroughly 100% blaming Belichick. I'm blaming it on Brady.
And I would blame Brady too. In that case, I would blame
Belichick,
Brady.
I don't think he really had that much of knowledge because, again, Tom Brady being sneaky about it without Belichick really knowing
But you
about
read
it.
the report, you know that they all had knowledge of it.
They had knowledge of it, but when you try to put it into something, you don't bring it back up because you don't want a team morale to keep going down. This is the same situation with Sean Payton. You can't keep bringing it up. You have to let it go at some point in time. Trust and believe that your players has actually have done that. Now, with him having the tough consequences behind that, what do you think they did after that? Didn't they get rid of some of those players?
I think so.
Mere consequence of it. He consequented it, although that he got the consequence of it, but he's responsible for the team. But you can't keep bringing something up knowing that it's going to bring a team morale down. It's no different than the workforce. That's why I don't blame Sean Payton as much as I do those players.
Oh, yeah. I blame Sean Payton.
I don't.
I do.
I don't.
Because it was more of the defense that was doing the whole scandal. And if you watch
Your words. But your words. Defense.
No, if you watched it, when they was part of that huddle, he was in that huddle when they came out to find, when they said crack it, and then they put a pot of money right there in the middle. If you watched it, that's exactly what happened. He's seen it. He should have investigated it. Period. That's how I feel about it.
A pile of money where?
Right there. Right in the middle of that huddle. Right there in the middle.
A huddle on the football field?
No, on the sideline. Right there in the huddle. Right after the defense got through with their play. Right after they got done, the offense came to the field. The defense came out. They got into a huddle. There was a camera that was sitting right above them. Got everything that they did. Caught him on the act. And he was sitting right in the middle of it. Right in the middle of it. He should have did some investigation then.
Send me the link.
I will.
Send me the link because I want to see it.
I'll send it to you.
I want to see that.
No doubt. But, of course, he only played quarterback for one season. So, that was number 9. Number 8, Doug Peterson with the Eagles. Of course, we all know he played quarterback for 12 seasons. Gary Kubiak, number 7 with the Broncos. He played a quarterback, and I didn't know that.
Yes, I knew that. He backed up. I forgot who he backed up. He backed up one of those good quarterbacks. I can't remember the name. I forgot. I don't
In
know.
Denver.
Yeah, in Denver. Was it John Elway?
He backed up Elway.
Yeah.
And he went 3-2
Mm-hmm.
when he did that. And he played for 9 seasons. Also, Jason Garrett, he's number 6.
He's a quarterback also.
Yes.
And
Jeff Fisher.
And a very trashy one too. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
I agree with that.
Jeff Fisher.
Yep. Jeff Fisher's number 5. He starts up top 5. He was a safety and punt returner. That's why the Titans were so good in punt returns and kickoffs.
Yeah.
Special teams.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Mike Mularkey with the Titans. He played tight end for 9 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Then number 3 was Ron Rivera, of course, with the Panthers. He played linebacker for the Bears, of course, for 9 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
That I know of, yes. Todd Bowles of the Jets. He played safety for 8 NFL seasons. Yeah, he's number 2.
What are these rankings based off of?
I don't know what these cats based these. Let me see who did the article. And of course, Jack Del Rio, newly Oakland Raiders coach. And
I can agree to that because he is an underrated.
He is. He's underrated. I'm trying to see what they.
What are they basing this on?
Yeah, what are they basing it on? Let me see. Well, this is just based off of the football experience that they have.
Football experience? I mean,
just all around football, rather if it's NFL, CFL, college football.
Meaning as a player and coach, or just coach?
No, they rank the coaches.
Based off their player experience?
Yeah, just based off their. No, not just their experience in football.
Oh, just their NFL. No matter what it is.
Yeah, no matter what it is. Just
college, whatever.
Yeah, that's why you only seen like Sean Payton. He only played 1 season, and we don't even know if that was NFL, high school, or college. We don't even know that. So yeah, it's just based off of what their knowledge is, and that's why. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why they ranked Sean Payton that low. And I think the top 10, the number 9 anyway, was because for him to only have 1 season of football, and for him to just,
what did Belichick play?
I think he played defense. He was an offensive line and a tight end.
That's
in
why
college Division III.
That's why I hated playing against Matt Light when I played 2K5. Hated it. He'd get on my nerve.
What's wrong with that old deal?
Matt Light?
Yeah.
He got on my nerve. I couldn't get it past him.
Of course.
I couldn't get past him.
Of course. Yeah, but that was one of the ones that happened to me that was very interesting. And that was another piece of news that came out, I think it was yesterday or something like that. But actually, yeah, pretty much yesterday. This is why I always come up with things like these. If I can find it. There was a quote. I can't remember what I did. I can't remember what I did with it. But I shared it. Here it is. I got it. This is why this is why I always go by this quote. This is an unknown quote, but it's a humor quote too.
Mm-hmm.
Without stupid people, we will have no one to laugh at. Take the time and thank a stupid person for their contribution.
Oh
With that being said, Stanley Wilson II. He's a former linebacker, former safety or cornerback, excuse me. He was a former cornerback for the Detroit Lions. He got shot during an attempted burglary. And he was found by police behind a water fountain naked. Without stupid people, we will have no one to laugh at. Take the time and thank a stupid person for their contribution.
Well,
Charles
Stanley
II, I thank you for your stupidness.
That's
Just stupid. And his daddy be just as much in trouble as he is.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's what happened. Here's what happened. Um, Police have found Wilson. Well, he was found in a water fountain in the backyard of the home he was allegedly trying to rob. The 33-year-old was completely naked when he was found by authorities. Now, why was he naked? Don't have no clue. Was he dumb to be naked? Absolutely. Yes. Not to mentioning that you got this big old crime charge against you now for attempted robbery. You got a chance of getting another charge tacked onto you with indecent exposure. Yeah. Smart, isn't it?
That's just real smart.
Smart. Just smart.
And ignorant. That's what he should think.
Yep, so he is accused of first and second degree attempted burglary, along with first and second degree trespassing. And he could face more charges once the investigation is complete. Public immunity could be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But and
they probably gonna try to argue that since he was hiding, he was in the view of the public eye. I wish somebody would.
Ridiculous! He probably went in and tried to rob a house butt naked. That's why he got shot.
Probably.
That's why he got shot.
And even if he wasn't butt naked, that's why he still got shot because he was still trying to rob him.
Now, where did he get shot at? They don't know. That is something.
He was butt naked. How did they not know that?
Huh?
How he was butt naked? How did they not know that?
I think they know. I don't think they're releasing it yet.
Oh, true.
I think they know. They're just not releasing it yet.
Whoever wrote that article just don't know yet.
John Breach, CBS sports writer.
Yeah, he don't know that yet.
Yeah, well, they ain't gonna tell him.
Of course not. If I said he don't know, so he can't pass it on until authorities pass it on.
I think police just told him what they told him. We don't know who shot him. All they know, they just ain't telling him.
No, where he got shot at.
Oh, where he got shot at? Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Oh.
Where he got shot at? Oh, police ain't gonna tell him. They know, but they ain't gonna tell him. Mm-mm. They ain't gonna tell him where he got shot at.
No, of course not. Of course not.
That just caught my. I couldn't believe that one. So, anytime that y'all see stupid people, thank them for their contribution because they are the reason why entertainment is in the works.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly why it's in the works.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's lovely, ain't it?
Boy. Yeah, that's a shot in alleged burglary found naked.
It's funny.
Now there are questions that you can ask about that. Was he passed out? Was he laying on the ground behind the fountain? Yeah. There are questions to be asked here.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is why the continuation of the investigation is happening.
Yeah, so he already had a few run-ins with the law too. So yeah, that
don't help it.
It don't help anything.
That don't help anything.
So yeah, so let's just keep that in mind right there. That I will be keeping updated with that.
Yeah,
trust me.
And another thing you want to keep updated with also, your matchup for tonight's game. The Los Angeles Sparks and the Minnesota Lynx tonight, 8:00 p.m. NBA TV. The undefeated Lynx looking to continue to stay undefeated against the Sparks. Sparks is looking to get their revenge. You give us our first loss, we're going to give y'all's first loss. So,
and they did it at home too. Los Angeles got a chance to do it on the road.
Yep. So
and that game was already tight. So this might be another tight one.
So who do you have in this game? I know who I got.
I know
who I got.
The Sparks, but it looks like the Lynx might pull it off.
Nope. I know the Sparks got this one all the way. I want the Sparks, and the Sparks are going to get it. They're going to get it. They're going to get it.
Let's see how vengeful they can be.
I think they're going to get it.
Let's see how vengeful they can be.
I really do think they're going to get it. I think Candace Parker's going to tear them up by herself.
Yeah. I mean, she's not the only person on the team, you know. She got some other good players on there, too.
Now, she can definitely give some contributions to help tear them up. Assists, rebounds, steals, perhaps blocks. Yeah, that's not the only spot.
I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it.
Yeah. Hmm. She can do some damage. Everybody else can too, but I'm looking for her to set the tone tonight.
Definitely, I agree with that too. I mean, I never disagree with anything you said about Candace Parker, but I'm just saying she still could contribute in other ways. There are good players on there too. Otherwise, that game wouldn't have been tight at all. Otherwise, they would have been undefeated up to that point before they lost.
So that being said, Oklahoma City sends Serge Ibaka to the Orlando Magic while Victor Oladipo goes to Oklahoma City. Now, if you are Kevin Durant in this situation, what would you do?
If I was Kevin Durant in this situation, I would try to find a way to stay. But it looks like that he is highly interested in Golden State.
Mm-hmm. I would believe.
But if I was Kevin Durant, I would have gave at least Oklahoma City at least one more shot. Like, hey, if y'all can get me for at least a year again, I'll give it another shot. But I would think they would go for that. But if I was Kevin Durant, I would have given it another shot.
Victor, he really pretty much Victor really just replaced James Harden in my personal
He
opinion.
did because Victor Oladipo is a good player.
I think he just literally just replaced James Harden,
Yes,
and I think Oklahoma City could really do some damage now that they got a good guard.
And now that they're mentioning that Russell Westbrook had to carry on two loads as guards, a shooting guard and a point guard, you know, he could add to that mix. Oladipo can add to that mix, which would be very, very interesting
if Kevin Durant stays.
Yeah.
If Kevin Durant don't stay, that would still be interesting.
Yeah.
Because then Oklahoma City would be right back in the same position that they're in. And that in particular point, if Kevin Durant does leave, here's who I think Oklahoma City should go after. They should go after Dirk Nowitzki.
Yep, because he's a free agent.
They should go after Dirk Nowitzki.
They should go after the Dirk Nowitzki.
To help kind of pick up the load for Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
because they both got the same similar styles. The only difference
do.
is that Kevin Durant's a little quicker than Dirk Nowitzki. That's
and Dirk Nowitzki is more taller.
Yeah, and he's foul prone.
Yeah, and on top of that, Dirk Nowitzki is a power forward and a center. He can also replace both Kevin Durant and Serge Ibaka.
Well, they're saying that Serge Ibaka wasn't no good anyway.
I've noticed that because he ain't really.
He really hasn't really contributed a
whole lot here lately.
Yeah.
So Steven Adams has picked up more of the load than anybody. So.
Yeah. But Steven Adams made me think of a way better player version of who was that bust in the draft that Jordan picked up. I think it was in the 2007 draft. Adam Morrison.
Is he still around?
Nah, man. I don't think he playing in the NBA no more. He was a serious bust.
Man.
That's what Steven Adams make me think of. A good version of Adam Morrison.
Yeah.
Just because.
I just don't. I remember Adam Morrison. I think he played. Didn't he play for a couple NBA teams?
Yeah, he played for the Bobcats.
Yeah.
I think that's all he played for before Jordan got rid of him. I think that's all he played for. I can remember. And I don't even think he played long. Now, I could be wrong because he probably could have played for another team briefly, or if that was overseas professionally, I'm not 100% sure. But if that was the case, then yeah, I think the only team he really played for was for the Bobcats.
Nope. He played for another team.
Who he played for?
The Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, that's right. He sure did.
For 2 years.
Yeah, I forgot. And so he only played 5 years in the league?
4. Nope. No, 6.
Oh, yeah. That was a big bust right there.
No, you're right. It is 4. Yep, it is 4. And then now he played for 2 international teams, but after that,
you went on hang it up.
Yep, but he is an NBA champion.
With the Lakers?
Twice.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He really didn't have to contribute much.
Nope, not at all. Matter of fact, with his tenure with the Los Angeles Lakers in the regular season, his first year he only played 8 games. Only played 5 minutes a game, 33% shooting, 25% shooting for 3-point range, 50% free throw shooter, 1 rebound a game. not even a fourth of assist in the game, not even a full assist at that, and you only average 1 point a game. And then
Woo.
that following year, now the following year, in 2009, 2010 season, when they really was at their best, he played 31 games in the regular season, but he didn't start in it either. Only had 7 minutes a game. He raised his percentages up to 38%, raised his 3-point shooting to 24, raised his free throw shooting percentage to 63. Rebound stayed the same. He raised his assists, but it still ain't at 1. He raised his steals, but that still didn't really balance out. But he also raised his points per game to 2. So, and then as a playoff player, he really didn't contribute much on that end too. 44% shooting on 6 minutes. No, I'm sorry, 7 minutes of play. 3 rebounds a game, and then just 4 points a game. So he really didn't. You're right. He really didn't contribute too much to
He
get
was a
those 2
serious
champions.
bust.
He was a really serious
Because
bust.
Jordan had high hopes in him, and he invested a lot in him. And for him to not
Yeah,
be who he was,
he didn't really do too much. So you're right. But he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at the age of 13 anyway.
13?
Yep, age 13.
And he was still hooping?
Yep, he was still hooping.
Oh, wow.
He was playing an 8th grade basketball game when that game went into overtime, and then he had seizure-like symptoms.
But he didn't suffer a seizure.
Yeah, he just had seizure-like symptoms. I don't think he actually had one. He actually had one. So he has to, keep a blood pump. Insulin pump, excuse me.
Yeah,
insulin pump with blood sugar to attach to his abdomen to be able to play the way he played. So it was probably, more than likely, it was, health reasons to the reason why he really didn't, play like how he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
He did try to come back, but he ended up getting waived by Portland. He never really tried to come back since then, so he just stopped playing basketball overall.
He needed to.
Yeah, so.
And my Cubs are struggling again.
They lost again, did they?
To the Marlins, 4-2.
So the Cubs and Cardinals only played one game?
No, man. I think they played at least 3 games. I think St. Louis won the series. Yeah, I think they won. I think they won the series.
That
I think
is
2 games to 1 or 3 games to 1. I don't remember.
Oh, cool.
That's some great. Check it out. But yeah, the Cubs lost. They lost 4-2. So this is a struggling battle right here for the Cubs. Very interesting, though. I say that.
Yeah. Very much so.
Yeah, the 21st, the Cardinals won. No, yeah, the Cardinals won 4-3. The 22nd, yeah, St. Louis won 7-2. They swept that series 2-0. And then
they only played 2 games?
Yeah, and the Cubs lost last night to the Marlins 4-2.
It's a slump.
Yeah, they're in a slump. They lost 5 in a row now, I think. Well, I say in yesterday's show they lost 3 in a row. Yeah, that's 4 in a row now.
That's 5.
That's 4.
Also, only played 3 games.
This is the last 3 games, so they lost 4 in a row. Man, poor Cubs. I should have worn that shirt today.
Of course you did.
Yes, I changed my mind.
Wear a Cubs with the no signal on it.
Well, it was a Nike shirt. If it was an Under Armour shirt, that would have been a whole nother ball game.
I know this. Nothing but Under Armour. Nothing more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. You can subscribe to our YouTube videos. Well, of course, it's not videos. It's just the audio version of our show. You can subscribe to our podcast on the podcast app via iTunes. You can also follow us at DTST2414 on Twitter, and follow us on Facebook at The Watts Brothers. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for so many downloads.
Giving us a chance.
And really giving us a chance. I thank you, and I thank you again, and I thank you again.
That's all.
From Daryl, I am Darren. Catch up with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk, which we should have out soon. In the meantime, take care. The Watts brothers are officially
Gone.
gone.